one of our avid listeners, Zucker D Dog, he submitted an Ask the Cast.
Look, dog.
Shout outs to the
Shout
homie.
out.
He's a big fan. Um, it's based off of a video, but essentially the video sparked a question. How do you deal or handle hate or essentially those darker emotions?
I got an answer. I probably need to think this through, but I think this is my most honest answer. I allow myself to feel it. I try not to act on it, but yeah, I just try to like go through it and think about it. Why do I hate this? Like, what is it about them? What is it about me? And just accept it. You know what I mean? Try not to, again, act on it in any way, but I probably say things. As he pointed out, I can be a hater. So, you know, I like to say I'm just critical, but yeah, man. Critical. Yeah, if I feel some hate, I don't know if I've ever felt like deep hate though. The shit that make you want to do something about, you gotta kind of woosah that out of there. You know what I mean? I haven't felt that but a few times in my life. But the day-to-day hate, I think you gotta let yourself feel that. Don't let it build up.
I just want to say that my day-to-day conversations with my girl be saving lives. On God. I be venting, I be letting my shit off. Like Tizzy said, I feel my shit, let it off, and then I try to wake up and make myself presentable enough to do it again. I deal with a lot of hate, unfortunately. Even though I try to just be a person of love, you know, I try to give love everywhere I go.
You feel like you receive hate?
I receive a lot of hate. A lot of hate.
Like hating or like
Hating ass niggas at work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or like hating, like I hate you, like the feeling.
both. Like, from these niggas, again, if I really have to watch how I respond to them, because if I'm not responding to them in a way that's acceptable for them, it goes from, oh, I'm gonna flirt with you to, cause I'm trying to dominate you, to, oh, I'm gonna beat you like the nigga that you look like, cause I'm trying to dominate you. Because I'm so scared of the power that you naturally present. Alright? That gotta deal with workplace politics and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a nigga who mad right now at my job because we in the same position, but you can never be me. You can never do what I do for this job, and you mad about, you know, the favor that I have. But you not trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? You just a fucking hater. So, I deal with a lot of hate.
Yeah, well, I guess I feel like I would say like at first I would say I ignore the hate, but I do feel like at some point you have to release it and let it go for sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely don't let it take control or dominate my day to day or interfere.
I'm sorry that you feel like you receive so much hate. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Because I don't think I ever receive hate. I don't think nobody give a fuck about me. I don't know, like outside of my people that love me, like the regular world, just strangers, like don't nobody give a fuck about what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I see it. Maybe they do hate and I don't know. Or maybe your experience is just drastically different.
Yeah, I agree.
Even with family shit, like, this is my own hatred towards, you know, members of my family. But you hated me first, you know what I'm saying? You didn't give a fuck about how me, so it's with the car shit, you know what I'm saying? My cousin scammed me out of that money or whatever like that. Yeah, nigga scammed me out of like $500. it was supposed to be a down payment for a car, but the car changed 3 times, and like they scratched the car up too, and I ain't even see this shit. And you want me to put more money down for a car, pay for insurance? Insurance was about to be high as shit. Like, all for you to turn around and not give me no money back when I don't even want to deal with that inconsistency no more. Trifling. But, you know, luckily I had to work, so I ain't make it to the family reunion this past weekend or whatever like that. But that's also, like, a good thing for me, because I know I probably wouldn't have processed that with seeing him there. You know what I mean? In the smartest way possible. Even though it happened towards the end of last year, I'm still feeling the type of way about it now. Because again, you didn't give a fuck. I explained that this is my rent money. This is, you know, how important this was to me. And it's 7-8 months later, and you ain't even tried to give me a dime back. So.
Yeah, how do you process that hate? Because I'm sure, do you feel like you have
I mean, she
hate
was saying
towards
earlier
him?
how she just vents to Sam a lot. I think it's a very good,
Release?
yeah, very good to have that person in your corner.
So you let it go?
Nah, it's not let go, but this also probably just someone who I would never ever speak to again in life. And
So-
I'm okay with that.
So you think by doing that, though, like you harboring any hate?
Yeah, I definitely hate this nigga.
Like she has been clear.
I hate
She got
this
no
nigga.
good feelings for this man anymore.
No good feelings.
Is that so? But is having hate like a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, but again, it all depends on how you act on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me never speaking to you again, that's not costing me nothing. That's not costing you nothing. I can have all these feelings I want.
Okay.
You know
True
what
that.
I'm saying?
True
But
that.
if I see you again and I have to pull that shit on you, you know, then I'm gonna feel bad because I'm altering my life because of the hatred that I have for you.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's the tricky part with if actively hating someone. Like sometimes it is kind of draining on you, and then you end up doing some shit that you really don't even want to do. Just this person kind of made you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you'll probably be more, because you hate him, you probably be more inclined to goddamn shoot his ass
I would.
quickly, like.
But that's the problem.
Yes.
You
that is
know,
the problem.
I can say that I'm not there in my walk yet
Okay.
to let it go.
To let it go. Okay.
Will this happen over time? Potentially.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's
But
good.
in the same time, like, I'm okay if I never have to see you or speak to you again.
Yeah, I think
We was never that close.
it's power in that though.
I think so too.
When you can let stuff go and still be able to like face your enemy, still standing strong, and you know, just standing in your power. Like, yeah, you might have did this, but I'm still here, better than ever.
I definitely be feeling that. Riding around my car, I don't care how many lights on that bitch.
No, wait.
It ain't nothing serious on that though, for real.
Okay.
But I am so thankful for my car. No lie. Like,
Yeah, I'm glad you're keeping up with it.
yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's a goddamn process.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all feel about forgiveness? Is it necessary, particularly when hate is involved? Will you ever be good again until you can forgive him? Would that be true for your situation? Are you good just never having to forgive him ever again?
I think I'm good off of him either way. Like, I don't need to go to him and tell him that I forgive him for anything. I don't need for him to be in the same space as me and for me to be the bigger person or anything like that, that I indicate that I forgive him or anything. I don't have nothing for him.
They say the forgiveness is for you.
I hear all of that, but at the same time, what does that look like? Me saving you? Low key, because I'm not putting myself in situations where I'm gonna harm you. Right? That's how I see it.
You definitely ain't forgave him yet.
So that
'Cause
means
that
you'll
ain't
never be
forgiveness,
in
my
the
bro.
same space as him.
I'll never have to be in the same space again.
What so? But like, what if you're somewhere with the family and he just pulls up? Are you leaving or?
Possibly. It depends on where.
Going to the trunk.
Yeah, like, is he even worth risking like your anything?
Life.
No, he's
Freedom,
Yeah,
happiness.
so,
He's
like-
not, which is why he is safe. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I care about my life a lot more than I don't care about that nigga life.
Okay.
or that money.
I ain't gonna
It's
say-
just sounding like.
Nah, it is for real though. It's not even the money. It's the principle.
It is.
It's the principle.
How he did that. 'Cause
You
that
know?
was just straight disrespectful. Like, I'm your family, I'm your blood.
Right. You
don't
rushed
do
me to
stuff
give you
like
this
that, yeah.
money. You just did it real shady, like, and then when I had questions, it was a problem.
Yeah, man.
I ain't
That's-
like that. I was gonna trust you because again, we family.
Right. And
Nigga,
that's
fuck
crazy.
you.
Because if you ain't got family, who you
Period.
got?
But don't shoot his ass, Ace, if you see him.
She not gonna shoot him. Unless
I'm
he-
gonna consider it. Okay.
She
I'm
bring
gonna-
up harming people quite regularly on this pod.
Hey, I'm like, hey,
Again, this
don't
is-
fucking do
This
it.
is where I can vent. So again, these things be saving people's lives because I be done had conversations like I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to not see my friends anymore.
Hey, bro, this is a public platform, though.
I'm just saying.
That's all I'm saying. I love you. I love you.
It's a
And I
couple
wanna
of them
show
that-
up to
that
my
shoulda
job.
got- That should have got.
And they been safe.
They
They been real safe because
So
I
that's a
care about my
testament.
life and my
That's
freedom.
a testament to you.
So Ace doesn't care about forgiveness. How does everyone else feel about it?
Before all that, I'd like to answer the Ask the Cast as well.
Oh, what was the ask the cast?
It was, how do you handle hate or negative, darker emotions?
Okay.
I mentioned to Z Dog that I typically have what I feel is control over my emotions, and it essentially equates to how you kind of handle it. Like, I let myself feel those emotions. Like, I think to answer John's question, hate and those feelings are not bad to have. They're actually necessary. They're there to kind of help you understand what you're okay with, what you're not okay with. They help you set those boundaries. So I think that they're very necessary to feel. Like, if you're feeling bad about something, feel it. Don't let yourself not. But I guess what sparked the whole conversation is just we saw somebody just talking about how, like, they realized how if they're starting to feel any sort of hate or a negative emotion about something, it's probably something going on with them. Like they themselves. So it's like, I'm probably doing or saying, I'm not saying what I'm actually feeling, so I'm probably feeling it instead. Yeah, basically bottling it up makes you feel it more intensely. So it's easier to just express it. That's what I'm starting to learn.
So nobody don't actually think that facing the situation that you hate is the proper way to get through it, or to heal over it, or to get past it.
Simone, you seen Human Resources, right? What did the grief sweater used to say? The only way to get over it is to go through it.
Yeah.
I think that was so profound. So I think you have to let yourself feel it. You really gotta. I always try to dive into it. Like, why do I feel that way, and really try to process it. Because what I found, to Los's point, is, man, it's not often the first thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, however you think you feel is really probably something deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? And it, again, like you said, it's usually internal. It's usually like, this makes me feel insecure about something, and it's not even them really. It's almost always me. So I think but you gotta, like, not be afraid of it, because suppressing it, I think, really just builds it up. And
makes
then
you
it becomes
sick.
more complicated, the
Physically.
feelings. Yeah, and it's not good for your health.
That's so crazy how emotions just, like, conjure physical symptoms that just exists in the outside world over something that you're creating, or you're the compound, whatever is occurring inside your body is creating an outside force within you.
Stress is the #1 killer.
But do y'all know what emotion is?
Energy and motion.
Thank you. It is energy and motion, bro. I knew you was gonna act like that with your critical ass. What's up?
These niggas came like fucking Dwayne Wade and LeBron with the alley.
Period, nigga.
Y'all know what emotion is, right?
Because y'all been
Nigga, and step. Energy and motion.
the way you guys bring it is like, yo, you know what this is, right? Like, I'm about to spit actual factual shit, and then like energy and motion. Like, no, you're saying it like it's real.
But
It's
you
tru-
literally just
it's true.
described it.
It's true.
though.
It's true.
It causes
but that's
physical
not a
symptoms.
fact.
It causes physical
definitely-
symptoms.
It's not a scientific
when you
fact, though.
upset or when you're sad
That's a
or
saying.
when you're upset, when you're sad, when you're feeling not yourself and you cry, it's triggered
It's energy.
a physical reaction in you. It literally has caused your energy, your vibe, your frequency has
shift.
literally caused this motion to happen.
I get what you're saying, and I agree, but emotion has an actual definition.
Okay, whatever.
That was clever though. Where'd y'all get that from?
It was I seen a
Shit, we don't
documentary.
learn.
Because it's a saying, exactly.
It's not a saying, bro. I seen a documentary about it. It was emotion, energy, and motion, man.
I thought y'all were gonna say a Beyonce album or something.
Yeah, come on,
She
bro.
sampled somebody or something.
No, man. Energy and motion, man. Jump on it.
That's clever though. Thanks for that.
Hmm. Yeah. What about? Wait, I got one more. Y'all. So have all y'all heard of the saying? If you lie, you'll steal, and if you steal, you'll kill.
What?
I've heard the sentiment, maybe not exactly said that way, but
Y'all haven't heard that?
Yeah, I'm a straight killer.
Los, you heard?
No, I never heard that, but apparently,
I really-
according to that,
I thought this was like something that every black person heard in a household.
like I said, I think I heard the sentiment, like just not that exact wording, but it's like one leads to another. It's a gateway to the next.
Yeah, we was talking about it at work, and I was
lying is a gateway drug to murder.
yes, yep, and I was appalled that half my coworkers haven't heard of that phrase or that saying before.
Clearly it's not
Was
a
that the white half?
Yeah,
Hmm?
but no, it wasn't even. Not even. It was one. It was one of each. One white, one black.
I mean, I think it's somewhat true.
I do too.
But everybody lies.
So you ain't stole nothing from the store?
I have, and I have.
Okay, so
So I might kill a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. It's all true. If you would lie, you would steal, especially in the right circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
If I have the need to lie, I will lie. If I have the need to steal, I will steal. If I have the need to kill,
I will kill. Ooh.
Unfortunately, if it's me against you and I'm trying to survive, then I'm sorry, I will kill you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that one, but I do believe the saying, like, if however they do with a little bit is how they would do with a lot. I kind
like
of
that one.
I might believe there's some real shit too. But I think just because you a lie, I think you could lie because you're a coward. You probably won't kill somebody because you're a coward. You know what I mean? Or maybe you would actually because you're so scared. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, you could definitely rock both ways.
I think it's tough to kill somebody actually,
I think it's tough.
knowingly and intentionally.
Yeah,
Like-
for sure.
Absolutely.
I think it's tough, but at the same time, so say,
Only the first time though, I would guess.
nah,
Just my guess.
I don't know. I ain't killed
Maybe.
anybody.
Yeah. Then we don't plan on it either.
Right. I think so. I'm picturing this right. We in a grocery store, a little convenience store, something like that, and then they see you about to take something, or you take something, and then you head to the door, and then you like, I ain't take nothing. You done already lied and you done already stole, right? But then they beat your ass.
Who is they?
The person who seen you stealing, somebody who
Like the liquor store owner?
Yeah. Somebody who they
More-
have a more intimate connection with the store. So not nobody who just like looking and don't care.
Or not security.
Yeah. So they beat your ass, and then all of a sudden you defending yourself and you accidentally kill somebody. Like, I see how it could all connect. Like, if you would lie, you would steal, you would kill, etc., etc.
That's such an extreme example.
It's very extreme. It's very extreme. But
You know what I like about debating with Ace? Cause she be saying shit that be true, but it be like, but what you mean though? But it's like I can't really argue. Like what you said is factual, but I don't understand.
because you also wouldn't be the person
So,
who
yeah.
get caught up stealing in the store. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you good. You're neutral. You're a lawful neutral. Or what's the one you in?
I'm a true noob.
So you probably not in the store stealing.
And I'm a
Unless you
lawful-
needed to. Like, if you didn't have shit, then, fuck this shit. I need to get what I need. So now that's become acceptable to you. But other than that, you wouldn't be just out here stealing shit.
I mean, you got it, bro. I mean, like, yeah.
I mean, he might need another stipulation past that. Like, he might also need to know that it's not hurting anyone else for him to steal it. As a true neutral myself,
Interesting.
but
I mean, I would kill though, and I would lie, and I would steal. So I guess to your point,
It's the truth.
I don't want to do any of them, but
Right.
But to survive,
sure.
I will survive.
oh, speaking of I will survive, and to answer TZ's previous question, speaking of forgiveness, I don't think I've forgiven. I guess like if I had to think about it like as a black mark in my my virtue of life or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I can only really think of like a few people that I haven't forgiven or forgotten what they've done, and I don't know if I've definitely gone through the point of feeling the negative emotions on all of it. So I think I've definitely am at the point of forgetting as long as it's not brought up, but I'm not really willing to forgive because, But I do see how even though I'm already forgetting, it's still a negative part of my life right now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, does it affect you today? Like the things that you have not forgiven?
Yeah, no, I mean, when I say as long as it's not brought up, then, well, like, because as soon as it's brought up, I'm just like, I really rather not talk about it. Or, like, it's like,
It's literally a trigger.
yeah, they become triggers. And it's like, I never thought, like, growing up, I really didn't think I would be that way. But I guess to Ace's point, like, it feels like I would only be forgiving them for them. And I know that forgiveness is really for yourself, but it's just like there's no point in forgiving them at the moment, because even if I do, nothing's gonna change, whether it's for me or for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like certain situations, certain people deserve forgiveness. Other situations, they just deserve forgetness.
So my thing is this: when it comes down to it, whose scale or whose measurement of forgiveness are we applying? Because just like I can forget you and never have to deal with you again, to me that serves as just as valuable as me forgiving you, because I'm not allowing you to ever be in my space again to harm me in the same way, and that's preserving myself because I love me, right? But in the same sense, like, it's people out here who have done some fucked up things, and I have forgiven them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, like, I just don't feel like anybody who does you wrong deserves forgiveness. Everybody don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't deserve to be back allowed into your space or be back in a position to where they can hurt you. Even if that means just being your friend again, or
what does forgiveness look like to you? Like, why do you say letting them back in your space? I don't
Because
equate those two.
because that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the scale of forgiveness? Because if I just forget you ever existed, you hold no weight to me, right? But if I know you done did some fucked up shit and I forgive you, the only way that I know is real is, can I be around this person again? I'm not gonna say that's the only way, but that's one indicator of it to me
Okay. I think
without getting triggered.
I think in response to that, I would say forgiveness is kind of like equal to that feeling of hate when it's like you got to recognize when it's really an insecurity in you. And I kind of feel like with forgiveness, me forgiving you is really it's for me. It's like a release for me. And I don't think forgetting is the same as forgiving.
Right.
And I don't think I would equate you saying like, I'm just not going to be around you, I'm just going to forget it. That's not addressing it. That's pushing it down. And that keeps it a part of you. As opposed to forgiving them is just being like, I'm sorry. Like, I forgive myself for being duped when I really needed. You know what I mean? Like, I forgive myself for trusting this person, for believing that family is over everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm really forgiving. Like,
Now,
you got me, but
I have no problem
I have to
forgiving
accept that.
myself. But again, what does that look like with my relationship towards him? You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like,
think there needs to be one. I don't think
exactly.
I agree with you there, but I don't equate like our relationship now as like in forgiveness. How I choose to move forward is one thing. How I choose to accept this situation, I think is different. Does that make sense? Because so for example, with your situation, I may choose to forgive him. And that forgiveness could mean that we continue to be cool or we don't. But I think that's separate. Like, I have to forgive them first.
What does this look like though? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So that I think that looks like you forgiving him. Like, okay, you choosing to move on from it, release it, and forgive him, and be able to be in the same room or whatever. Just be able to, just not even that, just forgiving him. That's something separate as actually you actually hanging out with him and choosing not to have him around you anymore.
I think forgiveness is gonna look different for everybody.
I do too, and that's
I know what it looks like for me.
I'm
but
saying
that
like
might not be the same for
it's
you.
not a measuring scale of that. We can call it two different things. Me forgetting you ever existed, that could be all the forgiveness, quote unquote, that's needed, because what actions have to go into place? I have released it. Like,
Okay, I
to
was
an
gonna say I
extent.
think that's the action actually. Emotionally, you got to be able to like
But that don't mean I
not
ever
be so
still,
tied to it.
That don't mean I ever still have to trust you again. So I can always have distrust for you. I can always have distrust for people who look like you, act like you, or whatever the case may be. I can always, again, know that you a shady ass motherfucker. So again, I don't want to be in this environment. So I'm going to excuse myself, again, whether it's to preserve your life or mine, or whatever the case may be. And I think that that's adequate enough for that relationship. Other than that, forgiveness in any other defined terms of it has always looked like, all right, if I forgive you, then even if we're not as cool as we used to be, we
can move forward.
We can move forward. We can work towards being cool again. I don't have to have that with you just because I've accepted the fact that you hurt me.
And forgave him.
That's not necessary though. I accepted the fact that you hurt me.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that now. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it.
That sounds like forgiveness.
And that's adequate enough for me. But it's not what people would consider forgiveness in a literal sense.
I think to maybe put what Ace is saying in a different way, like forgetting could be like like tier 1 of forgiveness, where forgiveness is like, like,
To put it on a scale.
yeah, like if you want to give it like a power scaling. But yeah, like actual forgiveness is different to Ace than like, forgetting is the most she can do for this current situation. And in terms of like forgiving, the most she can do is learn from the situation. Like, I think, like, if I was supposed to actually forgive any one of the people that I still hold any sort of negative sentiments towards, if I was supposed to forgive them, I really don't want to be near them anymore either. Like it's and I think that's part of the, like, that's literally what Ace is saying. It's just, like, I could quote unquote forgive them, but that I'm just learning that, like, like, all I'm gonna say is, like, yeah, I don't want to fuck with you, but whatever happened between us.
And that's when it becomes
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
because that means I have to communicate this to you that I have forgiven you. Or even if I just accept this for myself, you know what I'm saying? What is the measurement? Me coming to you to say, oh, I forgive you? No, I don't have to. I don't have to ever speak to you again. You know what I mean?
I think the measurement is not being triggered by it, not having an emotional tie if you want to talk about it. You know what I
I'm
mean?
always
When you
going to
think
be
about it.
triggered about the fact of you taking money, rent money from me and hindering the moves that I'm making with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like he claimed I'm taking food out of his family's mouth. Nigga, you got a whole car dealership. You have cars and shit. I'm trying to get a fucking car. I'm trying to build and you're taking the last from me. You get what I'm saying? So you didn't give a fuck about me and whether I was eating or not. You didn't give a fuck about that. So that's always going to be triggering. Whether that's him or any other motherfucker who do that shit. That behavior is going to always be triggering. But me forgetting him is what's releasing me from it.
I look at it differently, but I hear you. And I can't tell you what forgiveness looks like for you. As I said, it's different for everybody. That wouldn't work for me. But,
So I wonder how closely related, like, or how do closure and forgiveness relate to each other?
closure isn't real.
Closure isn't real.
No, that shit is fake, bro. Like, people are looking
He's
for
the-
a closure moment.
Yeah.
That ain't-
And I'm probably never going to get that. I'm never going to get an apology. I'm never going to get my money back.
Forgiveness
You know
is
what I'm never
closure.
going to get that time back that we could have been cool.
You can only give yourself closure by forgiving them. My opinion.
Or accepting what the fuck happened. And not allowing yourself to be in that situation again.
But that's the only way to truly let it go and release the hate and all the other frustration that come along with it.
I don't think that has to be released.
Ace, what if you found yourself in a position where they're
You
trying,
can scam them back.
they're
I'm playing.
well, I mean, maybe, but I was gonna say more so like
They needed your help.
they're trying to like set something up where they can get you your money back. Like, and then I guess, would you be able to go through the forgiveness? I guess a deeper forgiveness process then.
I can accept my money back and I can accept moving the fuck on. And again, never doing any type of business with you, never referring anybody to you, never, like, and probably still shitting on your name every time it comes up. Pay me my motherfucking money, cuz.
Look at the camera.
I'm just saying, give me my shit back. And then it'll be at a point where, like, okay, maybe I don't care no more. But again, it's been months. No communication, every request. Like, this what scammers do. They get your shit and then they disappear. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was Facebook friends for fucking years. Every car that he sold, I shared the post because I supported you as my cuz. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Hey, she might have convinced me. Fuck forgiveness. That shit is overrated.
I'm sure he probably feel bad too, though.
No,
That nigga don't feel bad.
That nigga don't feel bad. If he felt bad, he would have gave me at least something. I would have been okay with a half. I would have been okay with an attempt to give me something back. You could put all the little bullshit stories in, but it's too many fucking red flags that I just let fly the fuck by because you're family.
Yeah.
And you didn't give a fuck about me. Like I'm like Ubers was $50 to get the fucking work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's messed up though. I would definitely. It would take me a minute to get over that for sure. It would. I ain't nobody expecting you to do it overnight, but I do think it's something that you do want to.
I mean, I feel like I pray often for that weight to not be so heavy, but I definitely feel like I've accepted it and I've accepted his position in my life, and that's cool with me. That's as far as I need to be right now.
I wish I was a psychiatrist.
And sometimes you gotta accept people where they are and who they are too. I think. Because you can't change them and just kind of understand it where they at. Because I think a lot of people, they just out here trying to survive too, the best way they know how.
Yeah, by scamming folks.
Yeah, I mean, the best way they know how. You gotta
That's what
get
I'm
it.
doing.
My mom always tell me, man, you gotta be good or be good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.